Hey guys, it's Derek. Welcome to I Love My Wife. Today was trying. Today was a bit of a busy day. When you had a hard day at work, when you come home and you want something quick and easy to eat, and you want to make something delicious for your wife. So tonight's dinner is comfort food in our house. We're gonna have sausage and broccoli rabe, and we're gonna toss that with some campanelli. Nice pasta dish, little spice, something with a little bit of a kick to it, creamy sauce, delicious. Something that definitely will take her mind off of a rough day, make you feel a little bit more comfortable too. I take some of the recipes and some of the foods that we go out and eat, and I make our version of it. I make them for her. What we're going to do to start off, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to take my ring off so I don't make a mess. Make sure we keep everything clean. First thing you got to do is you got to get your water boiling. Once the water goes, you want to get your pasta nice and al dente. And while the pasta is boiling, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to break down the sausage. You're going to fry that up with some onions, some garlic, and a little bit of white wine. Mix that in with some cheese, and then toss everything together with the broccoli rabe at the end. So the bitter greens get that nice sweet flavor from the sausage, and you get some of the sweetness coming out of the onions and the garlic too. So we're going to go right over here, get our sausage. I already broke it out of the casings, so we have basically just a big mush of sausage. Going to go ahead and throw that right in our pan. Turn that on nice and high. Get a little olive oil in here. Now that's going to take a few minutes to just heat up and start sizzling. You can put more sausage or less sausage, whatever you'd like to do. It makes it a meatier dish, a little heartier, or you can keep it nice and light. I did 2 sausages. I'm going to do about a half a pound of pasta. And what that'll do is that'll make a nice, simple 2-serving dish. Have a nice glass of wine. Great way to unwind after a long day. So while that's going, I already chopped up all the shallots and all the garlic. Starting to sizzle already. So we've got about 3 cloves of garlic and 1 nice good sized shallot. Slice that up into like half rings, and you slice the garlic up little strips, not circles. Don't mince it. You want pieces of garlic because you want it to fry up so you get that caramelization on the actual garlic, so each bite gets a little pop of that flavor. So while this is going, I'm going to break this down. Start to see the oil bubble, start to see the brown form in the sausage. So once that starts to brown on one side, give it a little toss. You can throw the shallots right in. Throw your garlic right in. All that garlic. You want to let that brown up. Personally, I like a little extra spice, so I like to put a little extra red pepper flake in. Give that a stir. Now the water is boiling for the pasta, so we're just going to throw a little salt in there. Ready? Break down all that sausage. Now, when the garlic starts to brown, you've got your pieces of shallot that are getting nice and clear, they're getting caramelized. All that oil, all it's doing is making more flavor in there. Now is about a good time to put our pasta in. So since we're only doing this for 2 people, I'm using campanelli, which is basically little tubes. They're almost like little horns. They're going to hold all that sauce, all that flavor. The pieces of the broccoli rabe are going to just nice and hold right into the middle of it. We'll put about a half a pound in, depending on how hungry you are. Now, while that's finishing up and while that's coming back to a boil, just let this sit a couple more seconds, brown up a little more. And we're just going to take our broccoli rabe. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure you take it out of the package and you cut the bottom of the stems off. Some people don't like the stems because they get a little tough. Me, I think the stems are great because they give a nice difference in texture. Take a nice knife, little rough chop, nothing crazy. You don't want huge pieces, you don't want tiny pieces. A nice amount like that. It's all going to break down. It's like spinach. So when you heat it up, it's just going to condense down and it's going to give off a lot more juice and water. Give this another toss. Perfect. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw in a couple of chicken stock cubes. Just adds extra flavor to the juice. It's going to make everything inside just tie together and it's going to give it a great flavor. So throw 3 of those right in. Let them fry in with the oil for a few seconds just to soften them up. You can break them down with your stirrer. Now when they start to break down a little bit, what you're going to do is you're going to take about a cup of white wine. Much better when you drink it, but for cooking purposes it gives a great flavor too. So you're going to put that in, and what that'll do is it's going to take all those fats and it's going to tie them in with the chicken stock cubes, the bouillon cubes. You're going to cook that down and reduce it just enough so that you're able to basically turn it into a sauce so that when you're ready and you put the cheese in, it's going to form like a nice creamy sauce. So when you toss it with the pasta, all that's going to get right in those tubes. It's going to get in all the little crevices and every bite is going to have a lot of that flavor in it. Now we're just going to give this another second or two. Pasta's almost done, so we can go ahead and turn that heat off and just let the residual heat in the water go ahead and finish cooking that. And when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put the broccoli rabe in with the sausage and we're going to get the rest of this together. So while you've been gone, all I've been doing is reducing this down and getting all of that flavor into that wine, getting all the aromatics, the shallots, the garlic broken down even more in that wine, that chicken stock, and that sausage, the sausage flavor, just getting everything cooked in. One of the things that makes this so great is in making this, everything is geared towards a certain taste bud. Everything is geared towards a certain preference. When I cook for my wife, Jessica, what we do is we like to sit down and relax while this is simmering, while the pasta's just bubbling away, getting ready to go. We sit down, we have a glass of wine, we talk about our day. It's a great way to unwind and kind of personalize the dish, at least get something more to share for it. So we have our few minutes while this is going, and then, I end up turning the heat back up, like I'll do now. And then I come back, and we got this going still. So, now that this is reduced down a bit more, and the pasta is still just a little bit away, what we're going to do, we're going to give this a minute. We're going to turn this back up to high so everything is boiling hard. And we're going to take all that broccoli rabe I just chopped up, and we're just going to put that right in the pot. Just like that. Don't leave anything behind. Now, as that breaks down, you'll see the stems will stay nice and tough. They'll have that really, sinewy feel to them. They'll be nice and tough. The leaves, you'll see them start to wither and break down a little bit. You get some of that brown caramelization color in it. And as that breaks down, you just give it a couple more stirs. Make sure everything gets coated in that juice. Give it a quick stir. And then we're just going to go ahead and lid that so the steam kind of keeps the cooking at a high level for you. And you'll see that warm up. Turn it nice and high. And while that's going, love that. I'm going to break out the cheese. Just like nice regular grated Parmesan, Pecorino Romano. Get something with a nice saltiness to it. Because what that'll do is that'll complement the sweet in the wine and the shallot and the garlic. It'll just make everything kind of come together. This is kind of, this is the rose stone. This is what holds it all together. So we're just gonna leave that there for a minute. Check on our pasta, make sure we're doing good over here. Perfect. Okay, so do that one more second. And what you can do, what I like to do, take a little bit of butter, not a lot, because this is already a very rich dish, and you just put about a tablespoon right in to the sauce. This will thicken it up a little bit more. It'll give it a little bit more of that creamy texture. You don't have to do anything else with it. You just throw that right in, let it melt. It'll tie itself to everything else. You can actually keep watching through the lid. Otherwise, just let it go for a few more seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take that, we're going to toss it in, and we're going to go ahead and plate up. So, you can actually smell the bitterness coming right out of the greens. It's amazing. So, as we get some more of that flavor in there, get more of that butter, a little bit of that creamy, rich texture, that's going to go ahead and tie all that flavor in. Those stems are going to soak up more of that juice. The sausage itself is getting more garlic and onion flavor in it, so it's just getting more oomph. And what's great about this is it's really easy, it's really quick to throw together, and honestly, you can make it as spicy, as sweet, as hearty, as light. You can make this whatever you want. Me, I like spicy. My wife loves spicy. This is how you really unwind. You have a nice spicy dish, nice glass of wine, you sit down, you relax, and you enjoy it. So, this is good. We'll give this a few more seconds just to thin up. Now, you may want a little bit of extra black pepper. Not a ton. Just something to give more of that almost sweetness you get from the black pepper. You get that like fruity, tart sweetness. It's got a little bite to it. Let's go ahead and give that a toss. Get everything nice and combined, and then once everything is combined, we're going to go ahead and toss that pasta in. I'm going to say we're about 3 minutes away from being able to eat. So we'll come back in a few minutes. I'll go ahead and put the pasta in. We'll get ready to toss everything together. Okay, so pasta's all in. We've got this beautiful, beautiful cream around it right now, and all we have to do to tie this together and kind of finish this entire process is take what we have here and what we have here, which is kind of the magic ingredient. It's really nothing more than salted pasta water. What happens is when you cook the pasta, the starch comes out into the water and it gets that almost cloudy look to it. What that does, put about a ladle or two right in here. And just go ahead and put that in. And we're going to bring it back up to the boil. And what that'll do, I'm going to put a little bit more. What that'll do is that's actually going to take everything and give a little bit of that starch. It's going to take the butter, it's going to take all the fat from the sausage, all that garlic juice, all that everything that's cooked down with the wine and everything else, and it's going to tie it all together before we put the cheese on top of it. Now, it's easy to say that this is one of my favorite dishes, but I gotta say, this is one of those dishes that whenever you have a rough day, you need something like comfort food, and you don't want to spend hours smoking something. You don't want to spend a lot of time. You don't want something that's going to cost you a ton and just beat you up for hours to get it right. When my wife comes home and she's had a bad day, this is what she asks for. This is one of those things, like, she could come home after the roughest day at work and crack a bottle of wine. She'll sit right here at the counter. I'll be sitting here at the stove. I'll be cutting the garlic. I'll be chopping the onions, and we'll be talking. And the best part about it is the fact that I get to share the whole time with her, because I don't have to sit here and stare at this the whole time. So, now that we're almost done, I'm going to go ahead and give this one more quick stir. And turn the heat down. Go ahead and get rid of this, get rid of this. Just take our cheese. Now that the heat's down, you can. Alright, we're just going to take a handful of the cheese, sprinkle it right in. Maybe do a little bit more, because anybody that says you don't have enough cheese is, well, they're telling you the truth. Cheese is great. So, go ahead and stir this right through. Now, as this cools off, the water is going to go ahead and thicken with the fats and with the cheese, and it's going to turn into that just delicious sauce I was talking about before. So, what we'll do, we'll take this, and just clean this up real quick. And our good friend, Bruce. So, now that this is ready to go, give this one more quick toss, get everything combined, and we're going to go ahead and serve this up. Want to make sure there's a good amount of that juice, because you're going to have this with some bread. You're going to have this with something that you could just dip through there and sop up that flavor. Nice pieces of sausage, nice pieces of broccoli rabe. One more scoop. And the good thing is it keeps, and the longer it actually sits in the fridge, the more the flavors actually marry. So you end up with this delicious, delicious leftover that doesn't ever taste like leftovers. All you gotta do is reheat it, throw it in a pot. If you want, you can throw it in the microwave nice and quick. What I like to do is I like to actually pack this up for my wife for lunch. Take a little bit of it with her. She's good to go. So, what we're gonna do, you can go ahead, put these here. A little glass of wine to go with it. And in just another minute, we'll have her come out and she can be the taste test. All right, so everything is here. All that's left is the two most important ingredients, a little bit of cheese for the top and my wife. Jess, I'm gonna get you the cheese. You can go ahead and
it smells really good.
dive in. There you go. Get you a teaspoon. There you go.
All right.
Enjoy. Why is it awkward?
Oh, that's really good, actually. Oh, it is.
You gotta love the spousal encouragement.
It's delicious.
Want more cheese?
No, it's perfect, actually. It doesn't need anything else.
Fantastic. Well, cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Love you. Look at this myself. Having a moment here.
Told you, it's good.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us today. This was a good time, great meal, and see you soon.